Good night. It's the 22nd day of February 2025. You're very welcome back. Just on, right, thank you all for I think it's 8,000 I have on the video about them getting shoved up them. And people mightn't understand my psychology or why I behave the way I do. I have no limits on sarcasm or what do you call it, satire or comedy or anything else. I normally don't insult innocent people, although if innocent people vote for our government, they're not innocent, are they really? But anyway, one of the things, a bit of a roundup on our country and the government we just have put in. Now, while we often complain about democracy, the hard fact is the criminal government of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, who's just in bed with Ursula von der Leyen in the EU, and all of their nonsense to go on with on the woke green, imprisoning teachers and all this, they didn't get a majority. They were too short of a majority. And the main body supporting them in government is the Healey Reas, often referred to down in Kerry as the greedy Reas, because they have a figure in every pie. However, I was at the farmers' protest back about 2017, when the farmers weren't getting a fair deal from for their produce. And I saw Michael Healey Rea coming out of Dáil Éireann and walking up to the barrier. And he said to the farmers, "I'll tell you one thing. You'll protest here about for your farming and for your community and your income. In fact," he says, "you'll do anything to further your cause. But you won't change your vote." And he walked off. That's Michael Healey Rea. And they were kind of not too happy with that. Needless to say, I was there and I turned to them. And I said, the man is exactly right. And I pointed to some of the farmers. Between you all, you're Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil mostly, not many Sinn Fein among you. I know beat the head of you. Yous will not stop voting for them. "Oh, you don't know about that. I'm telling you, I'll bet you if we could follow you up and pursue you down and see where you go on election day, every one of you is going to vote the same government in, no matter what they do on you." So I'm just telling you that took place. I'm not telling you, asking you to judge its significance. I see that the government has loosened and relaxed the planning laws for small homes and add-ons to houses, at the back of houses and all that, by relaxing the planning and making it not needed for planning, exempted development, in other words. It'll be Section 4, I think, of the Planning and Development Act, last time I read it. And Micheál Martin said that they'd have done it before, but they couldn't, that the Greens wouldn't allow them. Well, that's what he said. I know people may say he's lying, but it's possible that the Greens would not consent. You must remember the Greens would not consent to any easement of the plight of the people or any comfort or any little thing that could be handed to the people. The Greens will always oppose it. That's a feature of politics. So maybe the Healey Reas, in fairness to them, I do not see that they would stab rural people in the back. And the people might say they'll only support their own, they'll only line their own pockets, and that may be so. But I suspect the Healey Reas would try to support rural people anywhere. Donegal, Louth, anywhere. I think they would back the rural person. Danny Healey Rea was the only politician ever, and one of the few Irish people ever, to announce in the Dáil and to identify the Great Famine of 1741. There was a Great Famine in 1741, but it was never taught in the schools, or it was never made the subject of a programme. As many people died in it as the famine of 1841. So in case I said it there, I just don't remember. There was a famine of 1741, 1741, and there was a famine of 1843 or 4. But Danny Healey Ray identified the famine of 1741 and spoke about it in the Dáil. And the reason why it wasn't publicised was they couldn't blame the British for it. They couldn't directly blame the British. It was a genuine famine caused by extreme cold weather and rain. And people hadn't as good a way of working as they had now. So I think that while it will burn the brains of Fine Gael TDs, Fianna Fáil's Jim O'Callaghan, a communist, I don't know what our Brendan Smith here was like. Niamh Smith was made Minister for Artificial AI, which people, a lot of them down that vote for, thinks it's artificial insemination. You know, the bull that lads go around bulling the cows. But actually it's artificial intelligence, and she admits she knows nothing about it. So that's classic stuff. She'll make a rack. She'll really perform in there. Just consider that over across the water, Trump doesn't know much about AI either. But he has Elon Musk, who, when they wanted to raid the USAID, had a fleet of young, gifted, young experts to go in and dig into all of the computers. There was a tab on the computer, and if they didn't push it, it didn't record the transaction. Now, the Brauha law over there, you have to press the tab. Anyway, folks, that's the situation you have. So maybe there's a little ray of hope. I would definitely appeal to Michael Healey Ray and Danny Healey Ray to meet me and get familiar with the law that's been broken on the environment. But even if they don't, I still think they'll not knife the farmer. They won't knife them. They won't hit the farmer hard, or the country person. But they're up against it because when they try to help and work for the good of the farmer will vote for Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. This is Ireland. That's one of the problems. I see there a comment from I think it's a lady in England is coming to live in Ireland. She's just so sick of what she calls Sir Keir Stalin that she's coming to live somewhere in rural Ireland, and she's very welcome. This is going to be a trend. People are going to escape the tyranny of Britain. And she'll find it more relaxing over here. But the problem is she's competing for our property and our housing. So when we're looking to buy something or a house or something for our children, or maybe help them buy it, or our children are trying to buy it, or we'd like to buy a few fields or something, an English person will come over and buy that. And so we're going to be more crowded here when we take in the huge influx of English people. English people are entitled to come here as of right, common travel area. And England includes Scotland and Wales as well. So we don't have any built-in antipathy, is that the word, or dislike of the British. But we're going to be very crowded here because of all of this. She also says with the lady that she thinks there is still hope in Ireland for some kind of a conservative movement. I don't know. It's not easy to shake them out of it. Especially you go to the council houses. And that's one thing I knew when I was campaigning in Cavan. When I went to the council houses and the half-owned estates that have been given by the council and all that, they didn't want to see me at all. They wanted Sinn Fein. And that's what you're up against. They think that socialism is the answer. And Castro's socialism has the highest rate of young ladies all selling their bodies to feed themselves in Cuba. I think Trump, I know I don't agree with foreign wars, but that's one where if I was Trump, or if I were Trump, I'd invade Cuba. I think it's time the United States invaded Cuba. And I'd put that man, Milei, that's in Argentina, as the co-president of it. But anyway, that's only wishful thinking. So, of course, around Cavan, they voted for Matt Carthy overwhelmingly. Carrickmacross, in Shercock, in Ballyjames-Duff, and they didn't vote for Pauline Tully in enough numbers. They voted for Cathy Bennett. A very nice lady she is. But what I have to say to them for their, sorry about the light, What I have to say for them, for their vote, you did vote and you think you did a good job. I think you're a lousy crowd of lousy, misguided, delusionary idiots. You said, go up in Ursula von der Leyen's you know what. But I'm telling you this, I'll be laughing at you because with all your votes and all your bragging for Matt Carthy, you're going to get Trump shoved up you whether you like it or not. Mary Lou doesn't want to go to America to meet the president. Who the hell does she think she is? Imagine if Sinn Fein had got enough to form a government with some other the left crowd, Richard Boyle Carrot and them other idiots. Imagine that. So we'd have a complete break-off of relations between Ireland and the United States. I think our crowd is going. I think Micheál Martin is going to meet Trump. That looks to be the way. Don't hold me on that, please. But Mary Lou doesn't want to go. Well, that's the thing. Whether you like it or whether you don't like it, in Carrickmacross, in Dunamine, in Inniskeen, in Ballybay, in Ballyjeffstuff, Trump is going to be shoved up you, whether you like it or not. And I'm going to laugh at yous every chance I get. That's the stuff. Can I finish off by saying there, folks, it's somebody noticed about me being looking like Robert De Niro. Well, there was a close friend of mine that looked at the film Meet the Fuckers. You know that, Meet the Fockers. That's a film by Hollywood. I didn't make it. I'm not giving you bad language. And Robert De Niro stars in it with a peaky cap. Now, the problem is I normally do wear a peaky cap and I will get one, but they're all too small. My head is so full of excellent knowledge and computational skills that it takes a very large cap to fit my head. I have to wear one of these woolly yokes. But anyway, in that film, there's no doubt there was a similarity. There is a similarity. If Robert De Niro had to be played, and I was an actor, which I won't be, I'd be about the best one to play him. I don't find it a great compliment, but their similarity ends. There's no comparison after that. He was in a film, do you remember he was in the Vietnam War, The Deer Hunter? And I watched it because I thought it was about deer hunting, and I loved hunting. But anyway, I don't know did I look like him that, but at the moment I certainly have a certain similarity to him. But politically, he's the fella that's beraking Trump. So if anyone thinks there's anything about Robert De Niro hates Trump. He has Trump derangement syndrome, and no one gives a damn about him, whereas I'm very supportive of Trump and very, very supportive of what he's doing in the world. Whether you like it or whether you don't, you're going to get him anyway. We'll see you back soon. Bye. Good luck. Thank you.